Hello, welcome to episode 1 of What I Learned, and I'm your host, Cole Pitt. Now, this is a show where I plan to share some of the lessons I've learned throughout my life, whether they're from the professional world, my personal life, funny moments, sad ones, or all the moments in between. There is something to learn from every single one of them. A teacher of mine once told me, every little moment in life offers something worth learning. The second that we lose sight of that, life becomes boring. Now, life can be sad. Life can be hard. It can be disappointing. Sometimes it feels downright impossible. But life should never be boring. I took that quote to heart. Now, by boring, my teacher did not mean twiddling your thumbs with nothing to do. Boring means when you wake up in the morning, you have nothing that you are super excited about. You don't feel an urge to attack your day or go to some event or activity or something that gets your blood pumping. And if you find yourself in that moment, if you find yourself in it right now, we need to do something to change it. Because you got one life. And it's a really special thing to have. So we don't want to spend it dreading each day, being bored in the way that we're talking about it here. So hopefully, this podcast, this show, helping to inspire us to learn from all these little moments in life will help us to be enthusiastic about all these little moments in life, the opportunities that we have, the unique situations we find ourselves in. Sometimes they'll be sad, sometimes they'll be happy, sometimes they'll be serious, sometimes they'll be the most debaucherous, funny situation you've ever seen. There is something to learn from all of it. So, on this show, I'm going to share stories from my life, all the things I've learned in my professional career, my personal life, interactions with people. There is something to learn from everyone. There's something to learn from all these situations. So, I'm also going to bring guests on the show because the number one thing I know, no matter how much I know, no matter how much I learn, there are a billion new things that someone else can teach me. So, I'm hoping that people come on the show, they're going to teach us what they've learned, share some insight into their life. We can all learn from it together. And then maybe it inspires one of us to go out and do a new passion, a new hobby. Maybe it just broadens our horizon of all the things that are possible and out there. I guess we're learning and we're going to be lifelong learners. That's the goal of this show. A lot of it comes from talking with my students, teaching middle school math and science. Kids are so curious. And I'm down to talk to them about all the things I've learned in my life because I was curious too. And that's the most exciting way to live life, curious. Because then you're going to learn so many new things. And learning new things is the quickest way to get excited. Because the second you have a new thing to be excited about, whew, it's like a Christmas present. Are you kidding me? Of course it is. You could find something that is so exciting. If you do it over and over and over and over again, it might become boring. It's like the greatest song you've ever heard. If you listen to it ad nauseum over and over and over again, I promise you'll get bored of that song too. But if you mix up some new songs, they're going to bring your excitement level up. You're learning new things, you're hearing new beats. They're also going to help you to appreciate the old song when you finally go back to it. So let's help ourselves to become well rounded, to learn from so many different people, from so many different categories and atmospheres and cultures. And I promise we'll never get bored. We live in such a world where expertise and niche is a direction everyone points us to go in. That's exactly what I felt with my career. JD, MBA, law, corporate, niche, expertise. But if you focus on something that hard all the time, you miss the forest for the trees. You don't wake up and smell the roses. There are so many different things that we can see throughout this life and experience. Sometimes we got to step back and allow ourselves the grace and time to start something new, to be novice at something. So I'm hoping to inspire that right now. I'm hoping to create a generation of Renaissance men and women because I think that's the most enjoyable way to live life. I can pick up a frisbee, I can pick up a baseball bat, a golf club, a conversation about any topic, whether it's cooking, politics, cleaning, the recent movie I saw. It could be a rom com, a horror movie, an action movie. I'm there to talk about all of it. And I can only do that because I decided to live this life of enthusiasm and interest in learning from everything. I was 25 years old. I had graduated college a year early, law school a year early, MBA, passed the bar on my first try. Everything was great. But I felt so bored. And not bored because I had nothing to do. I had plenty to do. I just knew that all the things that were getting me excited to wake up to do, I had no time for anymore. Because to be the expert, the niche that was being required in the field I was doing, I could not spend any time doing my hobbies, my passions, rock climbing, skiing, doing stand-up comedy. And that really made me think, there's got to be more to life than this. Forrest Gump says, stupid is as stupid does. Money is what you do with it. I had to have faith in myself that even though the lawyer career, engineer, doctor, whatever you go into, that is a secure one. You can make money doing that. There will be jobs there. But that doesn't mean that's the life you want to live. I bet on myself. I thought that if I go find something, if I live this life being interested, enthusiastic about learning, I promise I cannot fail. I will continue learning and trying to grow every day. So that's what I did. I made a big leap. Now, I'd be lying if I said I just did it out of my own pride and bravery, my confidence in myself. That's a lie. It was those little serendipitous moments, those coincidences, where you look back and you think, I had a weird feeling in that moment that something was going on. It's because your gut knew. Your gut knows so much. Trust that gut. I went out to brunch. I literally can count on my hand how many times I've gone out to brunch. I'm not talking going to like the local diner. I'm talking like went to like a bougie brunch. I was with my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and my wife. My brother-in-law's sister, he married in too. So like it's my brother-in-law's sister. Her friend comes. Now we're like 7 levels of Kevin Bacon separation here. Her friend comes. I happen to be complaining about my job. Talking about how I don't want to work as an attorney anymore. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't know what I'm doing. And then she's like, oh, what are you interested in? Truth is, I said teaching, coaching. I'd always said I wanted to retire to do that after I work law, make some money. And she goes, well, we actually have a woman who's a 5th grade teacher but going on maternity leave. We need someone to fill it. I was like, oh, yeah, sure. I thought she was being nice. Yeah, text me if it's actually a thing. I get a text a week later. I go in for the interview. A year and a half later, I'm now still at that school. I'm now teaching middle school math and science. I now call that place a family. I call that place home. I now feel like myself. I was able to make room in my life for those things that make me not bored, for me to wake up feeling passionate, enthusiastic about being a lifelong learner, about learning these new things, about trying these new things, about getting after it. And now I get to spread that with the kids that I teach. And their curiosity is the thing that's inspiring all of this. They want to learn about all these different things. You're like, wait, you rock climb, you ski, you golf, you do comedy, you cook, you've worked in real estate, you've had your law degree, you've worked as an attorney, and now you're a teacher? And it's the most exciting thing that they want to hear. All these life experiences I've done. And it's my favorite part about living. Learning all these new things, experiencing new things, meeting new people. So now I don't care what the conversation topic is. Politics, cooking, cleaning, Real Housewives, Monday Night Football. I'm here to learn about it all. I experience it all. I enjoy it all. If I can laugh at it, if I can cry at it, if I can argue about it, it's all worth experiencing. So that's what I'm hoping to do on this show. I'm going to teach you some of the things that I've learned, talk about the funny stories, the sad ones, the difficult ones, and everything we can learn from it. I'm also going to bring people on the show to hopefully they can teach us some stuff that they've learned about that we might not have even thought about or possible to learn. And we can learn about it together. Maybe we get inspired, learn something new. This is just episode 1, how we got to here. We're going to go forward, learning about all the things that I've experienced, the funny lessons we learn along the way, and just really keeping ourselves enthusiastic about what we could learn tomorrow. And it's the best way to just meet new people and learn about how this wonderful little thing we have called life goes. This is the first episode of What I Learned with Cole Pitt. Stick around.